Well, hello again, it's Judy Howlett and I'm with Martin Faba, who's the president of the PanAmerican Bowling Confederation. Martin, what's the significance of bringing the World Cup to Mexico?
Well, I think it's, well, first of all, thank you very much for this opportunity. And I will say that coming to Mexico, as you may come to other Latin American countries, it's very important because it gives us a chance in America of being present in the world. They may know that we have the conditions, we have the bowlers, and we have the interest to support these kind of events. And of course, we appreciate it very much. And I think it's also important for the growing of our sport.
Yes. To what extent is the sport of bowling growing in this region?
Well, it is growing, as I say. We see this an opportunity to make it grow, and we are having championships almost every year. I mean every year, but from time to time there are less championships, and other years we have many of them. But to have these championships in any of our countries or this region, what it's doing right now is that we are having a kind of effect in which we see from time to time more and more and more young or youth bowlers. This is very important because if you remember one of the complaints that we had in world bowling regarding the possibility to reach the Olympics was that many people see bowling as a sport not for youth people but for adults or grown people, and it is not true. In a region, we are working toward that direction, working every day with younger and younger people, and I think we will succeed.
And the population of this region is younger than perhaps in Europe. Your birth rate is such that you have more and more young people coming through.
Yeah.
So it's more important to attract them to bowling.
Well, of course, there are still very experienced bowlers that well, they win their spot in the team, and you can do anything about that. You have to support them. But having these younger bowlers, it's important because that's something that invites in some way other young people to practice our sport. So I think we will grow in that direction. As an example, we had in my country a very young bowler that is actually studying in a university, in a college in the United States. He was a kind of example for many of these boys. Actually, today we are going to send a team to the Teams World Championship that is going to be in, this month, at the end of this month. And our team, our national team, the oldest bowler, it's 24 years old.
Gosh, that's terrific.
We have 4 of those bowlers under 20 years.
That's
and
fantastic.
The other ones, the early experienced ones, they were not able to defeat them on the qualifying process.
And how has QubicaAMF supported the growth of bowling in this region?
I think it's supporting a lot because I can tell you about one event that we had a couple of years ago, and it was the Central American and Caribbean Games in Veracruz, and all the staff from Cubica arrived there because the bowling center was brand new, was opening the bowling center, and they solved us a lot of problems that we were supposed to have. As an example, in the finals, round robin for the Masters, we just asked them to do what it was necessary, and they solved the problem in the moment, inputting all the information into the system, the Cubica system, and it was solved.
Well, that's what we like to hear.
Yeah, and actually, I can tell you that, well, when we are talking about new centers and possibility to build these centers, we see every day that the people is looking more and more to get Cubica systems.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And what are you most excited about the World Cup being here?
Well, if you know, everybody that is involved in this, like me, it's in love with that sport in some way. I used to practice it. I can't bowl anymore because I had an injury, and well, I don't miss that, but I miss being here. If I was not possible to come, I I'm sure I was going to be very sorry. Being in these events is, I know, makes you or gives you the opportunity to see great bowlers doing a great championship, and I don't know who is going to win because you have a lot of very good bowlers. But well, I'm excited to see a great competition.
That's terrific. Thank you very much, Martin. I know you come from Costa Rica,
Yes.
so all I can say is pura vida.
Pura vida.